Okay, this is a quick vid for 21H, which is still work in progress, so won't make it for this weekend, unfortunately, which is why I thought I'd make a video. We have the ability to show the band stack entries in the spectrum display now. So if you go band stack, got a couple of new options here. Hide on select, which does what it says on the tin. If you select an entry, it will hide the window. So that's that option. And then there is the ability to select a band stack entry from the spectrum, which has exactly the same effect as if you were doing it there. So that's that. Something to be aware of at the moment, it is based, the entries displayed are from the current filter. So if we were to move out there into general, they're going to disappear, which is just how it is. I may change that, but it could potentially get a bit awkward. But I might look at that at some point. And of course, if you change to 40, you see them all there. So all the different bands, they appear as expected. So that's that change, and you can turn them off, of course. There was some extra things. Oh yes, you can change the band stack overlay color here as well, and you can set the maximum trend alpha is 192, so there's always a bit left to brighten it up. So that's that. Something I just put in because it frustrates me is when you're in C-Tune, click tune off. It's the only way to visually adjust the filter width. Of course, you can do it with these sliders and whatnot, but it's not as easy as you know, sitting on a signal and being able to slide these in and out. And I've made the edges highlight now, so it's a lot nicer to use visually. And I will be bringing that to the click tune as well, because I want to be able to adjust the width there, and not being able to do that is annoying. So I'll be bringing that out, hopefully in 21H by now, not this weekend, next weekend. Weekend of the 11th. What else? Right, let's get into this. Added a function here, network throttle tweaker, which looks at your registry to find out if you've got the network throttle index tweak set, which you can read about on the forums. It's the top pinned post in the Thetis forum, but you can do it through the software now instead of having to hack the registry or change the registry. But to make the change, you do need to be logged on, running this as an admin. But the current state is red, whatever, if you're admin or not. So that's that. There's been some extra stuff from Warren, who has been working on an RMS detector, or presenting the data using RMS. And he'd like some feedback on that and some testing. If people can look at that, he'd appreciate that. It's not in the waterfall at the moment, and it's in RX1 and RX2. So there, don't think, yeah, it's in TX as well. What else? There were some fixes from Lawrence regarding the just bringing up the notepad here. So yeah, you can see everything that's changed. 21H step RX2 was missed for the control to shift change, so there was a problem where if you did right click on this to rescale and you did control, it would put a notch in like that, which wasn't what we wanted. So it's now shift and right to link these together. So that's that and change. The Andromeda one from Lawrence is in there. However, I still think there's a little issue with it, so I may have to have a look at it again. If you're in the collapse mode, you got antenna 1, antenna 1. If I hit this, it switches to antenna 2, which is, I do believe, incorrect. And now it gets stuck on there. And it moves my aerial to 2, which is incorrect. But if I toggle these like that, cycle them round, then do it, it doesn't happen. So it's probably an initialization state issue still. So I need to look at that. RMS detector, we've covered that. Ring buffer size, yeah. So on the audio resampler, you can now view the ring buffer size, the occupancy, so whereabouts it is, how many are in the ring buffer, how many samples are in there, and the occupancy. And these values here, these advanced values, are for debugging purposes, really, if people are having issues with getting this ring buffer full and stuff like that. You can always hit the default there, and if you click on that eye, it'll keep the tooltip up much longer, so you can have a read about it. And this is the averaged percentage occupancy of the ring buffer, so that's been added. What else? And that's in both VAC1 and VAC2. Network throttle, we check that. Band stack entries shown as spectrum. Filter edges highlighted. Spectrum grid step, yes. So as you notice, I've got quite a few numbers in there. And if I right click, drag it, I can actually have more by altering this to 1. And now it will step in ones. Got a lot more flexibility with that. It now steps based on this value here. So yeah, that's that. So that's pretty much it, really. And some efficiency. Yeah, I redid a bit of the code for N1MM and changed the protocol one timeout after some advice from Warren. So there we are, that's 21 so far, 21H so far. So I'll be getting the highlighting of the filter in there as well. Just checking. Sorry about this waffly video. I thought it was going to be short, but yeah, wants and wishes. Just checking to see. Yeah, I'll probably have a look at a few of those things, but finding spare time at the moment is a bit awkward. So there we are. Rightio, I'll leave it there. That gives you some sort of idea as what's been happening. Surprising how long these things take. Quite amazing, really, where time goes. All right, cheers.